So where do I start? The Last Jedi. Star Wars The Last Jedi. Really stupid fucking movie. Stupid movie. I was gonna come up right and say it right there, right then there. I saw it about a week or two ago. Uh, it is beyond bad. Really bad. There is no good points of the movie whatsoever. And it's all spoiled. It's all gonna be spoiled for you, for everybody. Just gonna come out and say it. Like, how the fuck did they kill off Luke Skywalker? Like what Mark Hamill said, the most optimistic hero in the galaxy, the most optimistic Jedi Master everywhere, and like he even said like he fundamentally disagreed with everything that was in the script, and he's like, well, you know, Jedi doesn't talk like that. They don't say like, "Oh, I think that the Jedi must end," and blah 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 blah. And they don't even. They said that they were going to explain what really happened between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. They didn't explain anything. Why is there the First Order? How did people regroup? And who's Snoke? And all these other things. And if they don't explain things in the movie, there's going to be somebody writing a book about it. It is beyond stupid. I know it's been a while since I've done a video on YouTube, but it is fucking stupid. I went with somebody, a friend of mine, who's really into religion, and he came out of it and was like, "Oh, I thought the movie was good, not bad." How do you? Okay, so if you don't know Star Wars that much, if you're not, well, I know some other people. There's actually a guy that made a video about how fanboys and people that are big fans of Star Wars are ruining Star Wars. Are you fucking stupid? So you're seeing Star Wars, so you're making a video that makes no sense about everything about Star Wars. I'm not somebody that's gonna dissect by scene by scene by scene by scene. I'll tell you things that I just don't like. But this is a spoiler-filled sort of aspect, sort of review, more of a thought sort of video. I know there's trying to be tons of those on here. Lucky if it even gets on YouTube. I don't even know my remainder, my time. Ask. But anyway, it let me down, and I actually thought the movie was going to be a lot better than when I went to see it. Some people even say this to see it a second time. I'm not going to see it a second time. I want to see Jumanji. The new Jumanji movie looks good, and I don't know, the Avengers Infinity War looks really good. I'm really stoked up for that as well. But what can I say about this movie? Leia floating, I didn't mind that. People are getting worried and complaining over that, but I didn't mind that. I thought they were going to kill her off there, Princess Leia there. I mean, they should have killed her off. And she's still alive in the movie. Princess Leia is still alive towards the end. She's on the same ship as the Millennium Falcon. She's there with C-3PO, R2, and Rey is on the ship. So I don't know how J.J. Abrams is going to direct this, because he's going to direct the third one. I don't know how I feel about J.J. Abrams or Rian Johnson. Like, J.J. Abrams basically made a remastered version, a remake, a kind of remake of A New Hope. Why can't you come up with anything fresh? And this movie kind of does it too. It kind of takes you to Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Like, if all anything, like, give me the power to make a Star Wars movie. I'm really sure I can make a really good ass Star Wars movie. Like, why couldn't you have got Luke Skywalker on the Millennium Falcon, and then the R2 thing, and then him training her more. You didn't get too much training scenes, and then, you know, the whole thing with Rey just wanting to go and try and convert Kylo is almost like a callback to when Luke was trying to go there, and Yoda was saying, "No, don't go, because some battle will happen," or something like that. So there's oh my god, I'm just actually realizing that. So it's a kind of a thread, a rehash of old stuff that we've seen before, and then there's some things that you're sort of like, what? Wow, they never even unanswer questions, and it's almost like a slap in the face to all the stuff that was teased in The Force Awakens. I don't know what JJ can do, because how the fuck does Luke Skywalker not teleport himself, but vision himself, like, now the Force is sort of like, you can send stuff and send yourself and just imagine that you're somewhere else. And he had the very last bit, Luke Skywalker was at the planet Crate, and he didn't kiss his sister on the head. He wasn't there winking at C-3PO. And they didn't even really touch Blaze with the lightsaber battle between Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker. There was nothing like that. It was just bogus. It was really just complete, utterly shit. So I know there's probably going to be a handful of people out in the world that want to dive down deep in this and like this movie. I don't know why. I can't understand how you could like something like this. Like Disney, what I read or I watched this video, and the reason why they're killing off these people, not just Han Solo, because Harrison Ford apparently does not like Star Wars, doesn't want to have anything to do with it. He wanted to get killed off since like Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and sort of sacrifice himself because this guy doesn't know the Force. He's sort of a schmuck, and so he got his wish in The Force Awakens. But could they not have killed off Luke by Episode 9? I'm told that they didn't want to kill Leia and Luke off in the same movie, so maybe they found a way to just last minute, we're going to kill off Luke Skywalker because maybe Mark Hamill's been dissing stuff or didn't agree on something, but you're killing off the main guy, the most popular guy, the most lovable, likable guy in all of Star Wars, in the lore. And there's actually Star Wars sequel trilogy written in books. People are like, well, why don't you go fucking read the books then? You just shut your cake hole. So I actually don't even think of this sequel trilogy, Disney's or Mickey Wars or Disney Wars, whatever you like to call it, into the actual thing. I don't think of it as anything really, to be honest. But as far as I am concerned, it's a really bad movie. I mean, the cinematography is really great. The way the effects and everything look amazing. The story arc, I don't know what it is. There's so many plot holes, and someone that really likes this movie, I don't know how you like this movie. You have to admit that there's so many different plot holes. How does Luke fade away and just give up his life when he projects himself? That's what it is. He projects himself to like light years away. I don't know how far away Octu, the planet Octu, where it's actually a real island. You could actually go and visit there. I love the visit there. The place that they filmed Octu, the island, is actually a place in Ireland. So they should just call it the little land off Ireland land. But he projects himself to this planet called Crate, where there's like crystal foxes and stuff like that. So I think the whole reasoning behind them killing off Leia, Luke, and Han is not only to abolish the three people that really started it. It doesn't matter if it serves a story arc purpose, because they're not supposed to serve story arc purposes. They're not even supposed to support it, really. They don't care about it. They want to sell. They want the new characters to sell more than the old characters, which I don't even think are even going to happen, because they haven't been around that longer, and there's real no value in them whatsoever. And I hope this really gets across. And I'm sorry I haven't made a video in some time. But it's been crazy not with the movie, but crazy with everything. So yeah. Was there anything good out of it? I don't think anything. I mean, it was nice having a little cameo from Yoda, but even fuck. And it's not Luke Skywalker that we know and love. He's like this douchebag. He's like, and even I'm not saying Mark Hamill's a douchebag. I'm like, he was playing him as like some ignorant coward, and that's what they wrote him as. And it's like he's like getting milk from this sort of animal's boob tit thing and going fishing, and there's just so much stuff that they could have done. Why not project him instead of projecting himself? Why not just take that X-wing from the water, pull it up, get in the fucking X-wing, and then go and save Rey from Snoke. Make it different. Don't make it like Empire Strikes Back. Don't just watch something and then write down what you feel like, oh, good. I know that Kevin Smith liked the movie, but Kevin Smith likes anything because he's so stoned out of his mind half the time. I smoke weed. But I wasn't stoned watching this movie, and it's complete dog shit. And smoking marijuana and watching anything will make any crap good. There's somebody that said on one comment section that they had to smoke a bunch of weed because the new Ninja Turtles was so bad that they had to bear through the bullshit because their kids liked it. So all I could say is that, having a Star Wars movie come out every 2 years, there was like every 3 years with the original trilogy. It was like 77, 1980, and 1983. So they gave them, a little while longer to make a movie. And they're rushing it. And they should have used George Lucas's early fucking 3 drafts that he had. Bring George back, because I never disliked what George did. I really loved the prequels. I grew up around when the prequels came out. I was like 4 years old when the Phantom Menace came. I love Qui-Gon Jinn. I love Liam Neeson. I love Ian McGregor. So why not? I don't even know why George sold in the first place, because he's yammered and people want to tear apart his dreams, how people want to tear apart my dreams too, of being a singer and stuff like that, and being a part with all different types of stuff, and singing with great amazing bands, and instead we're being told by other people and hammered over the head that we're nobodies, and it's crazy. This movie, I don't know, from start to finish, it's got a lot of great space battles, but really that's not what it's all about. And even George Lucas said that they didn't want to take my stories, and it's like, well, it's not a movie just about spaceships and stuff like that. It's basically like a space soap opera. So they just want to make a movie about spaceships. Basically what he's saying. And they never used his 3 story treatments, which is really, it's contradicting themselves, because Kathleen Kennedy, who's the president of Lucasfilm, said, oh, we're going to honor the legacy, and these characters are going to live on the way they should be when George made them. And you're a feminist cunt, and I know people like that, social workers way back in my day. She's a bitch. She's a cunt. Those movies should have been taken from George's perspective, but no. Disney is this big manipulative company organization. I'm not going to support Disney for any fucking thing, except maybe Marvel, because Marvel's has actually taken its time to sort of prepare stuff and dive into it neatly, and their movies are pretty much generic, and they're, the formula is just, nothing's really anything new, but at least they're good, and they're done right for the most part. They don't leave you with bad taste in your mouth and make you want it more. This is sort of like I think vast majority. I don't know why it's making so much money. So it's like, oh well, it opened up this weekend, didn't make that money. It shouldn't. You shouldn't worry about how much a fucking movie makes. You should worry about if it's good or not. Oh, it hasn't made this, it's made that, so it's not gonna do well. I don't care. You know, I make videos and no one watches them, but it doesn't make money, so maybe I should not make it, right? You know, I haven't been on here on YouTube in some time. I'll be lucky enough if this video gets on here. But this is not even much of a rant as much as it's some truth behind it about how bad this is. It's a slap on the face for many reasons, not just to J.J. Abrams, but to George Lucas himself. You know, and just different things and mockery of everything. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is BB-8? He's basically a ripoff of R2-D2, and R2-D2 and C-3PO had their days, and they just show their faces in here and say, "Oh, well, we have to be in every movie." I really don't like BB-8. I wish people could be a little bit nicer towards C-3PO, and everybody likes R2-D2, but nobody really likes C-3PO. I like C-3PO. I even like Jar Jar Binks. Everybody doesn't like Jar Jar Binks, but I think that was a great thing for Jar Jar Binks. I think that was an interesting thing. There's a theory that Jar Jar Binks would have been some Sith Lord or something. I don't think that ever happened. I think that's just a theory because that never paved out in the movies. It's crazy, and even Snoke got killed off, and we don't even know anything of his backstory. Even Andy Serkis, the guy who motion captured plays him and voices him, says that he's even more powerful than the Emperor himself. He is not. So, and he dies like halfway through the movie, or if not halfway through the movie, whatever have you. It is really like a mixture between Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. I'm worried what the third one's going to be. So, you get these guys who are fanboys from the first get-go, from 1977 when the first movie came out, and they're making movies like the same cutout or very, very closely inspired by the first three movies. Why? Why play it safe, and why? I mean, they do some stuff a little differently, not too much. The new characters are very, very bland. Even Luke Skywalker is a bit bland, and he's definitely not the same Luke Skywalker. He looks so different, not just because he's aged, but he's got like this beard, long hair. He never leaves the entire island for the entire movie. He's like, I came to this island to die, and Rey is following him like pretty much the entire movie, asking if he can train her and using the Force and all these different things, and to a point where he goes to the Millennium Falcon and then gets reunited with U2, R2-D2, sorry, U2 with the band, with Bono. He gets reunited with Bono, and they sing "With or Without You." No, with R2-D2, and R2-D2 projects this thing when he first saw R2-D2, when he got acquainted with him and Obi-Wan Kenobi, with Leia saying, "Help me out, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." And he's like, "Oh, that was a cheap move or something. Why'd you have to do that?" So he projects himself to create. Why can't he be there? That's what I just don't understand. Even if I was stoned, I would still know whether or not I like a movie or not. But for some reason, like, people like the schmoes knows. The schmoes are like fucking Beavis and Butthead, the new fucking Roger Ebert, the fucking Bert and Ernie. They're gonna go side by side each other. So they don't know what they're talking about. You know, not even Kevin Smith knows what he's talking about. He's been smoking way too much dope. And I'm one to talk because I smoke weed too. But it's just something that's people, I said, even someone like Kevin Smith would even like some piles of dog shit or horse shit somewhere around. That's where it comes down to. And there's like some lesbian connection between Admiral Holdo and Leia, suspectedly. Not as a bad thing. You know, I happen to like both. So, but it's just, it's sort of weird how all these other things just they don't explain. They don't explain what happened. Not to a full extent. I mean, like there's like multiple different choices, too, with what happened when he was in the Jedi Temple trying to train Jedis after Return of the Jedi, and that he sensed his nephew Kylo Ren, Luke Skywalker, his nephew Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, go into the dark side, and he got out his lightsaber and he was going to kill him. That is not the Luke Skywalker I know. What in the fuck? And like, apparently Ryan Johnson wrote and directed this movie. That is a big slap in the face. Was he told on the side of his head, on the right side of his head, by Kathleen Kennedy, you have to write this? And even Kathleen Kennedy, he even says that she doesn't feel the need to cater to male fans. Like, are you fucked in the head? So yeah, I'm done. I'm completely done with Star Wars. I don't really want to see the 9th movie. I'm not gonna see this one a second time. If I do see it a second time, I'm gonna stream the fuck out of it. I'll just watch on 1, 2, 3 movies because I have no means to go see it. I want to see some other movies that look doable. Jumanji. I want to see what Jumanji's like. And then the new Avengers movie. God, if they don't kill anybody off the Avengers, you're gonna think they need to keep it going for the next 10 years and just. Like, that's what it's doing. That's what Disney's doing. They're milking the fucking cow dry. Just like how Luke Skywalker was milking that animal, and just, it's like, I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. And I really thought they could have killed off Finn, but they probably thought that would have been racist, so they kept Finn, like him sacrificing himself instead of for the First Order on Crate. They didn't do that. They had that Rose character bash into him and save him, and like, why did you do that? He was asking, why did you do that? And it's like, well, we're not gonna win by losing. We'll win by blah blah blah. I can't remember what she said, but it's stupid. I really don't like the guy who plays General Hux. We're gonna be inflamed, and he was on porn. Nah. And I just don't like the ginger-headed fuck guy. I really don't like him. He's not believable. He's really shitty acting. Even Daisy Ridley is really terrible in this. The only guy I really not mind, well, I didn't mind up until a point, was that guy that was giving them the hacking codes to go into Snoke's ship. Benicio del Toro or something like that. And I'm like, oh my god, and all these different people, even Admiral Holdo, the purple-headed fuck, that woman, I really did not like her. I didn't like the attitude, I didn't like they're so jaded, and out of all the new characters, I think, well, you know, Poe I thought at the start was actually quite a decent, like, oh, we get to see more Poe, and the humor was quite everywhere, but it's a little bit too much. It's not Spaceballs. It's not you're supposed to be that silly. It's not Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Come on, it's fucking Star Wars. Get together. It's not some silly schmoes. No, the Three Stooges. Not no fucking Groucho Marx. It is so stupid, if you ask me. And I used to be with some stupid people that would only do stupid things and eat things that would just not be good for their health and all these different things. But yeah, luckily I'm not a part of that anymore. I'm part of their little agenda. I know what their agenda was. But anyway, this movie is so bad. There's so many people. Like, why is it making so much money if so much people don't like it? Because there's a lot of backlash what's happening, and I don't know how anybody could see this being a good movie, because it really fucks with the formula. But it's not just fucking with the formula and doing things differently. It does things a little too differently in a bad in a bad kind of way. So I don't know what else is there to say other than don't watch it. This is my review. I'd love to be able to make YouTube videos again. Maybe even sign up on a Patreon account or something like that. Let me know and all these different things, or to make more YouTube videos in some way. It's almost like rocket science trying to do this because I only have my phone and my tablet. I was actually going to make a YouTube video on New Year's Eve, but maybe there is a problem making that. I hope this gets on here. I just don't want to be yammering for nothing. I wanted to get going. But The Last Jedi, from start to finish, is really bad. Oh, and I like this. Oh, the other thing, the Rose's sister Paige or something at the very beginning. I think there was like a 4-minute scene or whatever have you before Leia was doing her Mary Poppins thing, which I have no problem with it. A lot of people have problems with that. But where she was supposed to go up onto that spaceship and drop the bombs. How does she drop the bombs in the middle of space? This is not no war movie. She's out in space. There's no gravity. But I think everything's possible now once it's all fiction and people get blown up but are still there. It's almost like a Bruce Willis movie in Die Hard. But anyway, these are my thoughts. I think it's utterly disgusting. Big slap on the face to everybody. I don't owe anything to Disney. You don't owe anything to Disney. They owe a lot to us, but they're not giving anything to us. Those fucking shitheads. All questions are not even answered at all. Your money's worth is it's better to be right in your pocket and be left with something else, or you could spend it somewhere else. It is so fucking stupid, this movie, and I can't understand how I went with some fucking loony, some Bible thumper, who really liked this movie. But anyway, this movie is dog shit, and please don't see it. I hope to make some more videos soon. Okay, it's been a while. Until then, bye.